afternoon, cloudy, and we're still in lockdown, and people are still having many questions that they're asking. And I want to just say it's safe and it's okay to ask questions. So I'm here with my colleague, Bejoy. Bejoy, why don't you just say good afternoon?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's really great to be with you today. And good afternoon, Les. Thank you for giving me this time to speak with you.
It's a pleasure, Bejoy. It's always a pleasure to have you and I just talking. And hopefully next week we'll have another colleague just talking. And what we want to do is every week just give you an update of what we are doing at Ascension Trust, an update on what we are doing across our initiatives. So street pastors, school pastors, rail pastors, prayer pastors, and response pastors. Just give you an update of the things that Ascension Trust is involved in. And not to forget Synergy, working with serious youth violent crime, and also our 60/40 project, working in partnership with the local Methodist Church and London City Mission and Young Life. So it's interesting, B Joy, because I've been reading some fact sheets that was put out by the Dr. Chichi of 52 Medics, a board member of Ascension Trust, and we've been having a lot of questions. I've been having meetings last week talking about the vaccine, and people have got so much questions. The efficacy of the vaccine, will it work? Do I still have to wear a mask? Do I still have to adhere to social distancing? Do I still have to? People are still, asking those questions. In fact, today, what I've done today, I've posted something on my own personal Facebook page and on the Ascension Trust and Street Passes, a small fact sheet. I'll be posting an extended one as well later on after this program. So, Bijoy, have you been talking to anyone? Are you hearing anything? What's your take on this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're absolutely right. There is so much going around on both social media and general media about whether this vaccine is worth getting, and you hear so many stories, people who want the vaccine, people who don't want the vaccine, people who are scared of the vaccine, people who have history with vaccines. But the key thing is, I think you just need to ask the questions. Where are we getting our information? Is it information that we can trust? Is it from people who are reliable? Is it from people who are experts in these fields? There's so much out there. It's all about having the right people in the right discernment process to say, is this information actually helpful and healthy to me? Or is this something that's going to harm me in the long term? And
It,
so many people have these questions.
it's interesting because I heard a statistics a couple of weeks ago that BBC have all these fact sheets, so you could go to BBC website and get fact sheet, and they have something like 2.5 million people visiting their website. And then they made a comparison with sort of WhatsApp, where there was sort of 5 point something million people getting their information from WhatsApp. You and I'm sure you've had all sorts of messages forwarded by a friend who think that you need to see this or listen to this and watch it to the end. That's the reality. And I've been really amazed by that, how um, there is a lot of people who just take in what they're seeing or reading from WhatsApp and taking it as read. I had a very good conversation with someone who I was impressed with that person because not only did they ask questions, but they were going to reliable source to get information, or people are credible, people are not biased, people who haven't got a political agenda. And they're saying, look, let me understand what's happening. And I think for me, it's okay for people to ask questions. I tell people all the time, for goodness sake, you've got a brain. For goodness sake, there's libraries, there's all sort of information. information that are about, research, go and do your own research, talk to people, but go and get your facts. And I say to people all the time, it's important before we sort of come to any conclusion, because I can't tell people, I'm sure you don't, Bejoy, I don't tell people you must. I say to people, find out facts, reliable sources, and come to your own conclusion. Is those the conversations
Absolutely.
you have?
I suppose one of the things with that, Liz, you're absolutely right. Like, people do need to get the facts and do their research. But one of the issues around that in particular is it can be overwhelming because sometimes there is just so much information out on the internet that's available that if you don't have either the right guidance or the right skill set, you can be thoroughly overwhelmed and not want to
Mm,
do any more. And so it's about asking the question, who can I trust to help guide me through finding the right information and the right research and the relevant research that is going to help me? Because one of the things with that overwhelming sense is there's a fear that actually what I'm reading is either going to help me or is going to harm me. Or sometimes people stop at that first point because they feel that I don't need to or don't want to go any further. So, how I think one of the things I want to ask you is how would you help people who are feeling overwhelmed with the research that is out there?
mm. I, Very good question. It's interesting because we had Bible study this week, and my local minister was sharing, and we just had a great Bible study. And then afterwards, she said to us, we're online, and she said, "I'll be getting my vaccine soon." And you could hear a gasp, and somebody else said, "Oh, I had mines," and you hear that second gasp. But our pastor was there talking to people. She didn't say you must. She explained to people, and I think that we must look to our local church leaders, faith leaders. We must look to our community leaders. We must talk to our GPs. We must, look at people that we respect and trust their judgment and say to them, look, I've got great doubts. Please help me to find clarity here. And that's one of the reasons why I'm encouraging ministers, to get the facts and have those meetings with their congregation, with their communities, so that people could feel confident in the voice that they're hearing.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. The key to a lot of these issues is actually having the space to have that discussion in a healthy manner. And yes, the understanding is sometimes that could be very messy, but actually that's the nature of relationship. It's the nature of building up that trust, having a space where it can get messy, but actually you come to a conclusion at the end of it that says, yes, actually, from this, I understand better, I understand more, because you're having those conversations with people who have done the study, who have worked in the field for many years, has the experience, has the knowledge, has the background, be able to say, yes, this is information that you can trust, and this is why you can trust it.
Mm. Thank you very much. Now, I know that last week we talked about school pastors, and it was really good getting some feedback from people, and people were encouraged. I just want to shift a bit and talk about our street pastors, because, over the last, 17 years, they've been on the streets at nighttime. Now, a lot of them are on the streets in the early afternoon, early evening, and early in the mornings, early afternoon, early evenings. And people are asking the question, well, what is our street pastors doing? And I've been encouraged listening to people. Some of them are shielding, because one of the things that people don't know, that our oldest street pastor is probably nearly 90. We've got them from 18 years of age all the way, everything in between 90 years of age. So you can imagine, I had a conversation with one of the coordinators who had a 70-odd-year-old person. Street pastors were saying, look, I haven't got no underlying problem. I'm fit. I'm ready to go. I want to serve my community. I want to be involved. So it's really exciting knowing that there are street pastors out there who are still serving, who are eager to serve, and they're doing some other things to ensure that their community are well. So, what are your views and takes on it, or what are you hearing, Bejoy?
Yeah, one of the beauties of the ministry that is street pastors over the past year has shown is it's all about how can we support our community. Whilst we started 17, 18 years ago looking at trying to support the community in the nighttime economy, actually the reality of what street pastors do is bigger than the nighttime economy. It's about asking the question, where are our communities in need? And having stories and hearing stories of our teams adapting to go out during the daytime hours through the first two lockdowns and in this current lockdown, being so encouraging and just seeing actually there are different needs, but those needs are no less important than those in the nighttime economy because we want to help care, listen, and help within our communities. And yeah,
I,
sorry, I was just
go on,
going to say
Bejoy.
that the beauty of this ministry is that it is every single age group, every demographic, male, female, different cultures, different ethnicities, different people, different genders, saying, I want to help serve my community and coming together as a church to say, we're in this together. Let's go out and make sure that people know that this is what the church is about, showing the community that we're here to care for you because Jesus wants to show you how much he cares. And it's such a powerful movement to say to our street pastors, get involved with your food banks, get involved with supporting your local councils. They're having conversations trying to allay people's mental health and improve the well-being of people on the streets. Because one of the issues they found is that in lockdown, everybody's understanding of what is happening has just gone out the window. So to help navigate that space, help people navigate the towns that they live in that are unrecognizable to what they used to, it's just such a powerful place for them to be.
Excellent. I want to just say to people, I've got the sun coming in on me now, so it's really great that the sun is coming in. But I want to say to people that, in spite of lockdown, you could become a street pastor or a school pastor or a rail pastor. You could be trained. We're doing training online. So if you want to know about training, please just do go to our street pastors website or the Ascension Trust website, and you'll get all the information about how you could become a street pastor, how you could serve your community, and how you could do training online at this time wherever you are around the country. Well, Bejoy, thank you very much for this conversation. And please do tune in every Friday. We're looking to just have a conversation, give you an update at 12 o'clock every Friday. So please do join us and please do stay safe. Remember, three things I always often tell people to do, particularly during this time. Please ensure that you exercise, get a daily walk, go for a walk, get some exercise. Please ensure that you eat well, not too much. And please ensure that you're able to get a good night rest. Okay? A good night rest. But let me also leave you with these wonderful words of Jesus. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Jesus said, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth. Let not your heart be troubled, nor let it be afraid. So I want to encourage you and pray that the peace of Jesus, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart and your mind as we go through this period of a global pandemic. So God bless you. Be blessed. And please do join me Sunday morning at 8 a.m. every Sunday morning. Just, type in Les Isaac on Facebook and you could join me, or you could listen to it or join me live on the Ascension Trust YouTube channel. Thank you and God bless you
Yeah.
all.
Thank you, Les. Thank you, everyone. God bless. Take care.